Hey guys, nice to see you. Well, today I want to talk about my Freevision VILTA again. If you don't know what it is, it's a 3-axis gimbal stabilizer for GoPro 3, 4, and 5. I did a bit of a mini review on it a little while ago, and I'll put a link in the description so you guys can check that out. But basically, I took it through some paces, like walking and running, skateboarding, and just cycling around the city just to see how well it would perform. And spoiler alert, did really well. But I finally got a chance to take this thing mountain biking, so I want to show you guys just how it performed under a more rigorous test like mountain biking. So yeah, let's just dive right into it. So I took the VILTA out for a couple different loops. One of them was an 18K loop, one of our regular loops we do all the time, and it's a basic cross-country mountain bike trail. Lots of climbing, lots of descending, lots of really rough, rocky, bumpy, rooty parts. So I thought it'd be a really great test of the VILTA. And what I did is I just popped off the bottom part, which is basically just a battery, and I mounted the unit itself to the GoPro chesty. And it works really well being here because the controls are right at my fingertips. That's easy peasy. And I added this little, as you can see here, I got it plugged in to an external battery pack. I got an Anchor battery pack in my backpack there. So I basically have unlimited battery. I can run this thing all day long. So yeah, we're kind of burning daylight here. So we're gonna continue on with our ride, and I'll show you some more juicy footage. So I was really impressed with how well the footage turned out. If you look closely in the video, I mean, you can see in certain sections, like the handlebars are just jumping all over the place, but the footage is just really buttery smooth. And I've had a GoPro since I think my first GoPro was the GoPro Hero 3, and I've used it many times for mountain biking, and I've just amassed a ton of footage, but so much of the footage is just absolutely unusable because it's just too shaky. So as you can see, the VILTA produces some really stable GoPro footage while mountain biking, but not only that, it can be charged on the fly. And I think that's one of my favorite features. So for my testing, I had a Anchor external battery tucked in my hydration pack, and I just ran a USB cable up to the VILTA itself, and I was able to keep that thing powered for the entire mountain bike ride. And with this simple little part from Freevision, I think it's less than $10, you can keep your GoPro charging on the fly too. This just connects into the USB port on your GoPro and makes connection with the VILTA unit itself, and basically draws power from the VILTA. So if your VILTA is being fed from external power, so is your GoPro. Everybody gets charged, everybody's happy, and everything lasts for the entire ride. So for my second test, I took my mountain bike on some inner city trails, and I took 2 GoPros with me because I wanted to get some side-by-side footage. So mounting the VILTA to the handlebars was quite problematic. You know, it was really tough to keep that thing in position. No matter how tight I got that thumb screw, it would just kind of eventually, you know, shake and wobble its way out of position and fall either, you know, back or forward. And after so many times of tightening it and trying to crank it down, I finally broke the GoPro mount, and that was kind of game over. Practically though, I don't think, you know, handlebars is the best place to mount GoPro, period, for mountain biking, whether you have a stabilizer or not. It's just like, I mean, you can kind of see in the video, like things just shake really violently up there. And you know, the VILTA being a bit bigger and a bit top heavier, that shake really gets magnified, and it's pretty impossible to keep that thing mounted on there properly. But I did think that the VILTA, you know, when it was in position, it was doing an admirable job of eliminating the shake. Like, I didn't expect that footage to be even usable at all, and it was. now my VILTA is pretty much unusable because the piece that broke off, I can't loosen. I don't have enough leverage to loosen. I have a screwdriver, but I don't have enough leverage to loosen that screw and remove it. So I can't mount the VILTA to something else. So that part's dead. So I'm going to continue on with just the GoPro 3 Plus and just do a bit of chesty footage with the GoPro 3 Plus, so you can kind of see the difference between that and the VILTA on the chesty. So we'll keep going. So are there any cons? Well, nothing major, but maybe a couple of minor quibbles, but they mostly pertain to mountain biking. So number one, it has a bit of heft to it, so your mounting options for mountain biking are going to be kind of limited. For me, I felt that the GoPro chesty chest mount was the best place to put it. And you know, it's possible it could work with the helmet mount too, but I didn't test that at this time. And two, sometimes it would kind of lose its bearings and the tilt would be off or the pan would be off a little bit and it wouldn't be oriented correctly for, you know, how you were facing. You know, that wasn't a big deal and it didn't happen too often, and it could be easily corrected by just kind of fiddling with the manual controls, or if it was really bad you might have to turn it off and turn it back on again. But like I said, it didn't happen too often, so I didn't find that to be too big a deal. So overall, I'm really impressed with how well the VILTA did mountain biking. You know, I took it over some really bumpy terrain and I was just blown away with the end result. Like, the footage was buttery smooth. And after dealing with GoPros for years and years and years and that shaky, unusable mountain biking footage, like, it's so great to have something that I can actually use. As always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and if you found this useful or entertaining, please hit that like button, and we will see you in the next one.